So last week I left you at the airport in JFK Airport in New York, and we were sending off our daughter Cyril, who finally made it back from the Holy Land to go to California to be a head counselor in camp. Well, the saga continued. She was ready to go on her plane, and the pilot and the crew timed out, so they couldn't take off, and they canceled the flight for Thursday night, and they rebooked her for Friday morning. She had to stay with a friend in Long Island, but she finally made it before Shabbat to California, and she's the head counselor, having a fabulous time teaching kids and inspiring kids and celebrating their Jewishness. She even met a family who used to live in Santa Fe and had just moved to California and joined the camp there. So she's doing well, thank God. We spent an unbelievable, beautiful weekend, Shabbat and Sunday in New York, in close proximity to the Rebbe's resting place in Queens. What an uplifting, amazing weekend, amazing Shabbat. I spent some time discussing, sharing stories, listening to stories, saying L'chaim, thinking about the Rebbe's message. It was the yahrzeit, the 31st yahrzeit of the Rebbe, and to see that the Rebbe's message is stronger than ever is just uplifting and inspiring. I could say personally that I worked at Chabad headquarters at the time of the Rebbe's passing, and our outlook was actually very bleak. The Rebbe was the mainstay of the whole movement. Everybody relied on the Rebbe's guidance in everyday life and decisions, important decisions. The Rebbe was an inspiration, the Rebbe was the guiding force and the whole underlying energy. And when the Rebbe passed, people thought it's going to collapse. Unbelievably, the Rebbe's inspiration continues, the Rebbe's teaching continues, the Rebbe's legacy continues, and is continuing to grow. Over the weekend, tens of thousands of people came for a few moments at the Rebbe's resting place on this holy day to read their blessing, to prayers, to mention a name. If you gave me your name before Shabbat, I wrote it on a paper and I read it. I was fortunate to go in to the Rebbe's Ohel, to the resting place at 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. I was up all night preparing for it, and I was fortunate to be inside at the resting place for about a half an hour, so I was able to mention all the names, and I hope the blessings and prayers come true. As I said, there were tens of thousands of people, and a nice anecdote, our son Mendel was manning the information booth to help guide people where to go and what if they need anything, and he saw a woman that he recognized that didn't look like she was part of the community, part of the Chabad community. So he went over to her and asked if he could help her, and asked, "You look familiar," and he told her, wait, you're the gate agent in Detroit, who helped me board my plane a couple of days ago. Our son teaches in Detroit Yeshiva, and as he was traveling, he said hello to this woman who was taking care of the checking in, and she came on Sunday to pray at the Rebbe's resting place. He asked her, "Why did you come? How did you come?" He says, "Oh, you guys flying? The Rabbi said I have to come, so I came over, and I'm here to pray." I was also very inspired by the youngsters who are picking up and going and starting Chabad centers around the world. A few of them come to mind. There was one youngster from Detroit, Michigan, also, who is moving to Whistler, British Columbia. It's north of Vancouver, 2 hours north of Vancouver, a beautiful city, but it's a remote location as far as Judaism goes. And they're picking up their family, going out there. He's going out there with his family to help serve the community, to help create a community, to help reach more Jews with our tradition. And these youngsters, it's not that they have a community already in place who take care of their needs and take care of their finances, but they have to actually fundraise themselves before they go out to be able to get the seed money to start their center. Every center is independently operated and owned and independently financed. It doesn't come from headquarters. And each youngster has to go out there and ask for donations and collect a certain amount of funds before they go out. So he was collecting, and I was very happy to help out, and together with him and others who were going And as I was sharing this idea that there's so many new people going out and youngsters going out, and how I myself try to help as much as I can, our donor, Mr. Seligman, when I conveyed this and shared this on Friday, he says, you know what? I would like to help all these boys. I would like to help all these families. I'm going to give you some funds over the weekend. You find all these new places, all these places that have just started, and let's help them out. Let's make them, let's answer the call. And he was very, very generous. And we found about 27 new and fairly new Chabad centers that were helping with some bit of seed money to help them get out there. And I was particularly inspired by one youngster who is moving out, yes, Chabad in Qatar. Hasn't started yet, but that's on the plans. It's slowly happening, as well as other Muslim countries in the area are getting Chabad centers. This is the call of the hour. This is making sure that every Jew is accounted for, that every Jew has what they need to connect to our beautiful, amazing heritage. Judaism is under attack today with all the anti-Semitism, and the way to respond to that is to create more space for Jews to feel safe, more place for Jews to engage in their Judaism, know why the world is focusing on us, and what our mission and purpose is. If you haven't ever been at the Rebbe's resting place, I encourage you to go. It's right next to the airport of JFK Airport. If you take the JetBlue flight from Albuquerque, you could land about 6 o'clock in the morning. You could go over there. It's open 24 hours. There's always someone there manning the booth, and they'll guide you and tell you what's customary. It's a beautiful, amazing, uplifting place where people connect and feel the energy of the blessings that come from above. May God bless us for all our prayers to be answered, and a special Mazal Tov to Anatoly Zlatnik and Elisheva Shalom on their engagement. They met at Chabad, and we're very fortunate and happy to have helped make this beautiful union come true. We're going to celebrate on Shabbat with a Kiddush after services at 12:30. Shabbat Shalom.